Hello guys, welcome back. I'm Christian for those who don't know me, so welcome in that case. I want to start this time first with a thanks, because these days I'm seeing some more participation, especially subscribers start to grow. Seems the last video got a bit more attention, so thank you for joining us, thank you for participating even actively. As always I say, comment, questions. Someone may have noted in the last video I started to give the prices on the local market of the wines, as Maurizio asked a couple of videos ago, at least to give a reference. Then of course if you are around the planet, the prices can, even the same country, can vary quite a bit. So, but at least, so participation, as said, always very welcome. So thank you for letting the channel grow. For those who missed the first chapter, because this is the number 2 about Tokaj wines, the link is below in the description for the previous one, because you must see that one first. There is the introduction and the explanation of why I think Tokaj dry wines will be the next big thing. Today, now, I'm very excited because we are going very high. As I mentioned, the Crus, like in Burgundy, like in Piedmont, like nowadays in Etna. So, by the way, also for the Etna video, which is the last one released, which is also volcanic, so many similarities. The link is below in the description. If you want to continue and follow the alternate videos that I make, please go and watch also that. So the Crus are the key, especially because even more maybe than in other areas, most of the Crus are very, very old. Today we are from 50 to 70 years old vines for all the 3 wines. 2 single vineyards we will try. Betsek from Szepsy, the famous father of the Renaissance, so Betsek, and Szent Tamas from 2 other wineries, Balassa, and a newcomer in the tastings, because the other 2 were already in the first one with the entry wines, Pelle. So Mad, as you can see in the maps, now just focus on the area, is the bit northern of Tokaj and is considered the main village for the Crus. Every winery has Crus there, and both Betsek and Szent Tamás are located in Mad. I will show later something. These are 2 of the best Crus. I don't say the best absolute because it's not easy, even if at this moment Szent Tamás is rewarded as the best probably by almost everyone. Is very various soil. Both of them have at least 3-4 different volcanic rocks, but the main is rhyolite tuff. I don't go too much in details on this. And both have clay on top, on the surface, but on Betsek is normal clay, while on Szent Tamás is red clay, so rich in iron. So I guess even that already gives a different profile to the wines. Altitude similar, slightly higher Szent Tamás, about 200, while Betsek seems a bit more sunny, is a bit slightly lower, and they are bordering Mad village. So the importance of the Crus is huge, more than the entry wines, because this is really giving the identity, giving the character of the Furmint, of the Tokaj soils and everything. And you will see, for what I will transmit with the tastings, that can be impressive. Consider that there is nothing young, there is not horizontal tasting because I cannot find the same vintage. So Szepsy Betsek is 2020, Balassa Szent Tamás is 2021, and Pelle Szent Tamás is 2018. They are all only Furmint, 100%. I will talk just a bit about Pelle winery because I didn't talk in the first video. So as I said, please watch the other one first to have more info even about the wineries. So let's start with Szepsy István, so the father of the Renaissance of Tokaj. Betsek, single vineyard, 2020. 12.5 alcohol, surprisingly a bit low, because usually these wines are harvested much later. These grapes are harvested much later than the normal ones because of the age of the vines, so they should even have more alcohol, considering that they are all dry. So this one surprisingly is a bit lower. You see the glass cork, is on that way. All wines, even the premium, still only glass, is a good closure for the wine as we experience even in the aging. So 2020 now is 4 years old. You see the color is a bit richer, but still with some green hints. So not really at all golden, just a touch for 4 years old wine. First of all, you have the fruit and the mineral tones. Usually Betsek vineyard tend to give more fruity wines than St. Tamás, even if they are quite similar and close by, because even the distance is just few hundred meters. Bottles open just few minutes before, so of course being important wines, old wines and age need time. That's why you will see a part in the end of the tasting that is done tomorrow. So I will do a short day after retaste. A lot of fruit, white fruit, a touch of yellow. That is prevailing, the mineral is less intense. This need time indeed. Let's give a first sip. A touch of spicy. So now we can talk about the aging. They are all aging oak, as I mentioned in the other video, is local Hungarian oak, not barrique. Bigger, usually 300 liters, can be 400, 500. A majority use 300, but they use for many years, so it's most a container and for the micro vinification and oxygenation, not for the spicy heavy, but of course giving a touch of spiciness. So Szepsy is the one doing a bit longer, aging the cask is about 8-9 months, while the others usually few months, 3-6. So first is the vinification, then they put in the cask. Someone is making even the fermentation in cask. But anyway, majority are few months. Szepsy is the one who is taking more longer in the cask for 9 months. Now some more flowery and mineral. That I described already before. From the cooler climates, mineral tone, that sensation reminds you also a bit if you ever tried ice wine. That is a bit the character of that mineral cool note. Changing, some spicy coming out. Is mineral, fruity, touch spicy, especially on the back, quite long, even with the 12.5 alcohol. As I said, this is, I didn't say, I just gave the general, but these are the oldest vines, up to 70 years. The others are a bit less, so they have a lot of richness. The yield is very little, so that all helps to give more depth to the wine. quite complex. Already opening, showing complexity, elegance a lot. Now you have the mineral, the fruit, the spicy all together, very elegant, nothing too much invasive compared to the others. Feel in the mouth really, all with this fruit, with the spicy, the mineral and fresh, keeping you salivating, so feel in the back and stay there. I still feel it. It's a great wine indeed. So I'm excited, as I was hinting, because here we are talking about serious wines, all well above 90 points. Here you really need to compare to serious Burgundies, serious Rieslings, single vineyards. So, but the style is a bit on its own, as I said before, as I'm repeating, because of the Furmint, because of the soil, because of all the characteristics, making it really something special. Even the fact that in the single vineyard you have already different subsoil, so different rocks. So even in the single vineyard you can have a bit of different character. If, for example, the one winery has this plot and the other has the other plot. Complexity, elegance, changing a lot. Long lasting, great wine. A good start of this wonderful day. So to conclude, elegance is the first point, the complexity, the youth still that this wine has with 4 years, because beside the color, the aromas, the freshness, this can age for a very long time. It's still young, actually, it's still young to drink. So if you think about Burgundy, it's a bit that same concept that some of even of the whites before 4 or 5 years are not that interesting. So let's start with the second one, Balassa, St. Tamas 21. This one is another story. So here you see the cork. Is 14 alcohol. Is about 50 years old wines. Balassa is one, as I said before, of the big names nowadays, emerged in the last 10 years. He's still tiny, while Szepsy is medium size. He has all the main Crus in the mud area, and this is his top, even in price point. The color is pretty similar to Szepsy. This is 21, so 1 year younger. Different. Okay, different hand. So as I said here, less oak, but different vineyard. Here is marking up immediately the mineral, cool, and the fruit. Different fruit also. Still white, but maybe a touch more of yellow. Quite intense. More powerful. I would say even a touch drier, really drying up the palate. More structure. This is 14 alcohol, so you see the difference. Is long lasting. Spices so far very little. The minerality and the fruit are the predominant. Very pleasant of the palate. The fruit, the mineral, the freshness, the structure, filling, drying up. So this actually is even better than the Betsek in the food pairing. All these wines can go well with rich dishes. So either rich seafood dishes with sauces, or rich pastas if you have Italian food. Talking about Hungarian, This is a classic with duck and goose. Are cooked in many different ways. Tonight I will enjoy duck in the oven with potatoes, which will be a great match with these wines for sure. Now that cool note, really marking. Less fruits, a touch of spice now. Great structure, great length, great pleasure. Even itself actually, but of course this for sure is better with the food paired. Betsek being also a bit lighter in alcohol, maybe you can enjoy it very well even itself. This one for sure is better with food. I recommend everyone to finish the tastings. As I said, I will do tomorrow because for these wines will be very important, and there I will give the final emotional also comment because now they are just open. I didn't want, because for me it's important also the evolution. So I'm seeing now a bit, tomorrow we'll see more. I will eventually even add something from tonight dinner tasting, because that is the real way to, of course if you are in a restaurant you don't have the time, but when you are at home you can, with these special wines, be it red or white, enjoy in longer period, in different moments to see how things change. They need time, and it's a pity even to decant because you lose a certain part. The best is if you can retaste it a few times. Already changing a lot. The spicy now is marking up with the mineral. The fruit is there, very elegant also this one. Good complexity. Finesse, I would say finesse, even more than the Betsek, because Betsek has a bit more fruit. Here there is a bit more finesse because the fruit is a bit more delicate. And this is characteristic of St. Tamás. Very interesting, very young still. The freshness, the mineral, the structure, everything. This is, 3 years, so it's 1 year younger than Betsek, but he's already 3 years and he's still a kid. I think can age very well several years. Really finesse is the main point. Okay, so let's go for the third one. Pelle is the winery, St. Tamás 2018. So here we're talking about 6 years old wine. Look the color. Of course, now it's a bit golden, but still with some green reflections. It's a 6 years old white wine. Pelle is making less than 20,000 bottles, is one of the smallest top wineries. I know them a couple of years, so it's the last that I discovered. They are organic, the others are also pretty much on that path, but they are not declaring to be organic. Actually, also Pelle is not certified because it's too difficult, too small, too costly. Then some parcels you may have the problem with the neighbor's parcel, but the practice that they do is really organic and all indigenous, even the yeast. So they are trying really to do a very boutique concept. They are famous also for some champenoise style, so bottle re-fermented sparkling, very nice. Also they have various range, few Crus, and the most important thing, even if they do short aging in the cask, they have back vintages. Only the entry wine, some sweet and the sparkling are younger. Most of the Crus, maybe not all, maybe one a bit less, but they are all released later. So even short, then long bottle refinement. Everyone is doing a lot of bottle refinement, at least months, if not 1 year. but in the case of Pelle, the refinement in bottle is much longer. In fact, the current vintage is still 2018. Then they have 2019 of the Betsek they also make, and another one a bit younger. So this is their flagship also, like for everyone, even for Szepsy and Tamas is the flagship, but that is out of mind price, almost 100 euros here in the shop, so that I couldn't afford, I'm sorry. I need much more success before that. So, fantastic, immediately. I love white wines, aging, and that can age well. And this kind of style is really my cup of tea. I know that the other two have the same potential, but of course, tasted 2-3 years later, some are not able to store, they are selling out, but that would be fantastic to find all of these wines 4 or 5 years old, 6. Here the cool minerality, as I like to call it, is marking a lot immediately. Then you have the fruit, white, maybe a touch of yellow also. Very refreshing nose, elegant, young. If you don't know the bottle, you cannot guess that it's 6 years old at all. So they have around 60 years old wines, so a bit in between, but up to 70 they declare, I think, if I remember. They make only 1,200 bottles of this wine. Balassa is the one making the most of this, St. Tamás, about 2,000, while Szepsy, Betsek is about 1,007, something like that. So they are all in the 1,000-2,000 range, and they are all declaring the numbers on the label, I guess, yes, all of them. Start to change. Some spicy now coming out. Great complexity. This is 13.5 alcohol. Stunning. Feel in the mouth, all over, the mineral, the fresh, the fruit, the spicy. Really, even if it's older, it seems having even more structure more depth than Balassa, which is surprising, being 3 years older. So basically, Balassa is midway to the other one, so should be a bit more depth than the other one, but seems having even more depth, this one. And this cool fruit. Fantastic. And the balance of everything. The balance with the mineral, the fruit, the spice, it is really delicate. The freshness still there. I guess still the acidity has a good level. Dry, completely dry. This one can go even with something more. Light cheeses for sure, all of them can handle, but this one I could say some bit mid-aged cheese. Outstanding. Of course, the more they age, they are all three very qualitative. The more they age, the more emotions they give you. If you are a wine connoisseur. So this one is giving more emotions, but as I said, go until the end, because the surprises will come in the tomorrow section, so in the final part of the tasting. Hello guys, good morning, welcome back. So this is the next day tasting. I already poured the Betsek, Szepsy. I tasted, as I said yesterday night, all three. They change a bit, not that much. Now a bit more spices coming out on the nose, and the creaminess on the palate, making it very gentle. That is due to the oak mostly. Of course, the aging helps also in that, but the oak gives a bit of creaminess usually. So, all the things said yesterday, evolving a bit more, so the complexity is big, huge, with this small spiciness and creaminess today. So, as said, a very complex and elegant and great wine. So let's go for Balassa, Szent Tamas, so the other vineyard. Here there's more yellow fruit, and that mineral, cool. As said, there is less oak in the other two. A touch more spicy also here compared to yesterday. So enriching the complexity. Cannot say creamy compared to the other, but yeah, a touch of that sensation also can be, but very little, because even the spiciness here is much less than in Betsek Szepsy. So the finesse remains the main point here, with a great complexity. Now a bit more changing on, as said, on the spicy and the yellow fruit. And still great depth, fantastic. Let's go for Pelle, the St. Tamas 2018, so the one that was outstanding. Even here more yellow fruit, that cool mineral, some touch of spicy more also. It's quite normal that the spiciness comes out later. Even here is even more expected. Is older. This is 6 years old, so you expect that change a bit more in the hours, and also that gets a bit more that roundness, creaminess in a way compared to the others. So the creaminess is mostly marked here in Szepsy because he uses a bit more oak. While here is really about the complexity of the wine, the aging, the character changing, and therefore becoming a bit rounder and creamier in the secondary taste. So great complexity even for this one, as said before yesterday. So outstanding wines overall. They keep changing. Of course, it's not a red, so you don't have that variation incredible like some Barolos, Brunellos, Bordeaux, or some even Pinot Noir from Burgundy. But for a white, there is a great complexity on every one. So as I said, they are all well above 90. I don't want to give ratings for now, but incredible wines. This one is here in shop about 40 euros. This one is 30 something. Remember, St. Tamas is considered the best, so it's the most expensive for every winery, while this one is very reasonable, is below 20 euros, 18, something like that, because it's tiny, emerging, still not that famous, so they are much more grounded, let's say. Fantastic. So, even different tasting with this final appendix. I hope you enjoyed everything. Like, subscribe, comment, and see you next time, guys, with a lot of surprises in the coming weeks. Thank you and salute.